Hi, we're going to talk today about recapturing time with accounting automation. My name is Andrea MacNeil, and I am a second-year business student at NSCC with the eCampus. I own a small fishing enterprise and also a oil field services consulting business in Alberta. Both of these are owned with my husband. He does the consulting services out west, and I do the administration. And of course, I work as a deckhand and do the administration for fishing as well. This has led me to become interested in simplifying the administrative tasks in our small businesses. I think it will allow me to recapture time, and hey, who can't do without a little bit of extra time? Artificial intelligence is the science of teaching programs and machines to complete tasks that normally require human intelligence. AI is all around us, making our lives easier, from coffee makers to Siri. We also got Netflix telling us what we should watch based on our past history, Amazon telling us what we should shop and telling us we need things even before we even know it ourselves. It's important to understand artificial intelligence because it is, of course, making our lives easier. But in business, that translates to an increase of productivity, upwards of 40%, according to CPA Canada. So that's a huge time saver and definitely worth looking at. Why adopt automation of process in accounting? Everything is reconciled in one place. This makes our month ends easier and our year-end reporting easier because we're not running around looking for stuff or trying to add things together and to put it all in one place. It's already there. The financial data is stored digitally. Now, this saves us time from physically retrieving the files. We're not running up and downstairs, running to get file folders because it's already there. It's on our computer. The old-fashioned file folder that was maybe kept in the basement of your office building, well, that's gone. It also saves us from those big storage areas that we're talking about. Those took up a huge amount of real estate in an office. And, why waste that space and why pay for that space when we actually can just have it all on a zip drive or in the cloud and store it on your computer. You just take your laptop with you. You don't need to drag boxes and boxes. So a part of this automation process is called robotic process automation. And this is just when machines are doing the work for us. So we can issue a receipt in one spot, but it also maybe records it somewhere else. And that saves us time from doing that task twice. All information with RPA is, of course, found in one place. And the more machine input that there is, the less human error. And hey, we all make mistakes. So data entry is, especially the errors in data entry, are common. So machine input in one spot and posting it in several places definitely helps reduce those errors. Is that going to replace us as accountants? I'm trying to move out of the way here. So this little graphic shows the robot. It's kind of booting the accountant out of the office. Is that what is going to happen here in the future for accountants? I don't think so. I don't think accountants are going to be replaced. Part of this reason is there's a great quote here in an article that I read, and it's just about basically what happens with, I'm trying to find the quote here. So the article was called "Hi Robot, What Does Automation Mean for the Accounting Profession?" And Salika Subsawan is the actual person who says it in the Eva Nagaraja article. And she says automation brings greater opportunities for the profession as it helps reduce transactional and routine tasks such as data entry, bookkeeping, and compliance work, and allows accounting and finance professionals to focus more on value-added services. This is important. We're getting more face-to-face time with our clients, and we're getting more time to present our analysis of our outlook on businesses instead of just crunching the numbers and doing data entry. This is going to be of more use to the businesses that we're working in. So a part of bringing this all together if we are looking at improving our business, is to maximize our current company software capabilities. So basically, we want to look at what we have first. So discover what apps and what integrations can work with certain software is going to help us, put to use what we have without spending money on a new solution. I use Sage 50. I know I don't use everything in it. I use basically the simplest form of it because our companies are simple, and I just form that habit of just running everything through the general journal. But there's modules that I can use, like the payroll module or the payments module, that automated process, a simplified process, makes the data entry go a lot quicker. There's also Sage Capture, but I'll talk about that later, and that's just a way of inputting some receipts and things like that. Also, Sage Contact. I'm going to talk about that because Sage Contact is something in our software. Say, as an accountant, we have our information in the Sage software, but we can use this little great add-on that brings it integrated with our Office 365, and that has all of our financial data on that client right there. So in this example, it's Jim Smith, and this is how much Jim Smith has on credit, and we know if that's good, bad, and we know that to set the tone before we even send him an email. I think that's a great tool. There's also data integration apps like Zapier. And Zapier, what that does is it can get our software working together without having to purchase a whole other business solution. So we might have Sage, we might have Excel. We can trigger one thing in Sage to create an action in Excel. Zapier calls these zaps. And what happens is with these zaps is, you do one thing once, and it might, so put an entry in Sage, and it might add a new row in your spreadsheet in Excel automatically. This is going to save you time because maybe you prepare the spreadsheet to send that off to your marketing department or something like that. And so then you're not trying to go through this stuff manually. It's just automatically done. And of course, through the cloud, it's updated and they can call it up whenever they want. This is a simplified process. Zapier has thousands of apps that it can use to integrate together. And so there's quite a few options of looking at the software and the web services and things that you already use and putting that to a better use and automating more processes in your company. Artificial intelligence capture apps, software add-ons, and automation tools. Well, I talked about the Sage Capture earlier. You take a picture of the receipt, it saves it in your OneDrive, and it also posts it in your Sage 50 software. To capture this and somebody approves it and it does the entry, it's simplifying the process. The receipt is stored. Super great tool that most businesses should think about trying to use, especially a small business. This is going to save us time. There's also other things like apps like Wave. Wave is an invoicing app. So when you're on the road, you can create these really professional looking invoices. And the beauty of all of that is the Wave will encourage payment by sending email reminders. It will allow for recurring billing, and it helps you schedule invoices to go out later. This costs nothing to use. This is definitely a game changer in your accounts receivable department, so especially if you're billing a lot on the road. So check into new software and add-ons, add-ins, and you just don't know what you might have. I'm just going to use Excel for an example. So it has a few add-ins and they cost nothing. You just have to add them. You just go through the settings and you can add them in. So currency conversion add-in, risk analysis add-in, and a solver add-in are all things Excel has. I use the solver add-in. It helps you to predict, what if I do this? What will the result be? So if you increase the price, you can play around with different things, and it kind of helps you do analysis in your business, like answer those what if questions. Integration. has been allowed to happen because of the cloud. And that's allowed us to have better integration and automation with our software. So with an app like Zapier is just one example of an integration platform as a service. And integration platforms as a service allow apps to talk to one another. So we're going to integrate industry-specific software, like say in a dentist office, where you have a very specific software and they send codes out to insurance and things like that. But now we can get that very customized design of software talking with our accounting software and different things like that. I mean, this is a game changer for a lot of smaller businesses because somebody isn't having to do these tasks multiple times. It's going to happen just once. So we're going to conclude on this little presentation and just say that businesses rely on computers every day. The cloud has helped with software integration. We can use a lot of things and do a lot of things on our phones, and it's going to update in our accounting software. This helps us when we're on the road and we're spending more time with our clients. Automating these accounting processes frees up more time to analyze the data produced as well, which helps us as accountants look at the bigger picture more frequently than what we normally would have time to do. Allowing software to talk also boosts productivity because it's helping us to not perform tasks more than once. And I don't know about you, but I think we can all use a little bit of extra time, and allowing our businesses to recapture time is key. I don't know what you'll do with your freed up time. So that concludes the presentation. I'm going to thank you now for listening, and I'm just going to stop the video of me and send you on to the references for the material that I used to prepare the presentation.